Hey guys, it's Debbie, and I'm sitting out here in the chilly morning in San Diego, Carmel Valley. And I wanted to take this learning opportunity of reading your Whoop or Aura Ring scores and adjusting your workouts based on that information, but also intuitively. Great example I want to share myself today, this week, starting yesterday. I had no energy swimming, and I just like, this is bizarre. So I just took more breaks. Could have gotten out, but I thought, well, I'll just get something in. I just would do the shorter sets and then talk to the life or our swim director coach a little bit more. But really, I think a lot of people are collecting all this data and trying to biohack, but not doing anything about it. So I wear Aura Ring. I don't like having a wrist info coming on at nighttime as Whoop. But so my sleep score in Aura, I can't see, but last night my deep sleep was 19%, and I liked it 20 to 30%. My REM was 25, but my sleep score was only 80, and I like to be 90. And my lowest heart rate. So if you know what your average, your baseline is, so your resting heart rate that is collected, the lowest heart rate overnight, mine can be down 40, 41. It's a red flag that you need to adjust what you're doing or your workout schedule and your fueling and not fasting when your body's under more stress. So if my resting heart rate is higher than normal, I want to pay attention to what's going on in my body. And then my HRV, a lot of times it'll be 100, 140, but this week, well, it dropped to 82 today. Let's see, yesterday, Sunday, it was 64. Granted, I had a margarita with extra club soda Saturday night. That totally ruins my sleep. Probably yours too, if you track. And my resting heart rate overnight was 51. Red flag. Do I do a long run as I usually do on Sundays, or do I do more easy run and more walking? You need to pay attention, because if you avoid this data you're collecting that's showing you something's going on, red flag, you can have some issues coming up that you could address now. So what we want to do for athletes, men and women, is go back and look for females at your cycle, men looking at HRV scores, if it's higher or lower. You need to pay attention to when you need to deload weak or take a recovery day or just do easy. Example, today I went for a spin class, and it was supposed to be, yesterday was supposed to be track workout with San Diego Track Club. Skipped that when we were putting together our sunlight and sauna. And then today, ideally you don't have back-to-back speed workouts, but today's more spin class that I do some more power work with my friend Lenita. Teaches a great class. It's more for cyclists, not dancy doing jumps and push-ups on the bike. So I took spin class this morning. I did, again, swimming yesterday. Didn't have anything. So my energy was low, but you have to look at why. For me, I'm like day 35 of my cycle, premenopausal, that I need to know that I'm in that late luteal phase. So then for the female athletes, we're going to go through and look at this chart I put together based on EndureIQ, looking at the hormone phase, what's going on with my hormones, they're falling, my metabolism, increased stress, mood changes, poor reaction times, poor perception of exertion, immune system suppressed. So, taking more vitamin C this week, taking more magnesium, taking more vitamin D, getting that immune system boosted, taking care of my gut, take my probiotic yogurt I've been making. And then we want to eat more root vegetables, as I had some potatoes cooked and cooled yesterday with amazing seasoning and butter that Neil put together, and eating my grass-fed beef, foods that feed progesterone. So you can look at Dr. Mindy's chart on that and videos. And then for females, we don't want to be fasting more than 12 hours to 15 hours normally, but for the week of your end of your cycle, where I probably am right now. I don't want to do longer fasts. And I did Sunday to Monday do a little bit longer fast, but I wasn't not eating. So it wasn't technically a true fast, but I was taking the day off. I was just getting my calories through coffee. And then I waited until I was hungry around 11 a.m. to break my fast with my probiotic yogurt I've been making with some collagen and whey protein and creatine and mushrooms and some Laird's unsweetened creamer. And then I had my meal at 2 o'clock. So, looking at my intensity, my workout was just easy that day. It was my day off. And so you adjust to fasting. Now, yesterday, well, I ate lunch. This is a problem I have, or the challenge is that if you eat a big meal, say I ate at 2 o'clock, I was hungry after 3. So I was going to have some key aminos and I didn't. I was busy. Then it was suddenly yoga time before bed and time to read, do my journal. I didn't eat probably anything after 3 o'clock. So it was kind of unintentional fast. And then this morning I kind of felt hungry. But the point is my workout had to be, I didn't have choice. I didn't have any energy to give in my spin class workout this morning. I didn't have energy to give in my bike class or swim class yesterday, masters, that it's unintentional that I made it an easy day. So if you don't pay attention to those red flags, I don't know how you can push through it when you feel like lethargic, but that is something you need to do for a female athlete that's day 25 or longer in their cycle. So what do you see on your aura score? Well, your luteal phase begins at ovulation and the follicle turning into corpus luteum is when your progesterone levels are high. Progesterone raises your basal body temperature in luteal phase, and your temperature is warmer during the second half of the cycle. Lower heart rate variability score in luteal phase, and luteal were more sympathetic. So you can test your heart rate variability if you have Hanu Health or other products that you can measure your LF, your low frequency, to high frequency, and that's going to be LF is going to be a measurement of your sympathetic nervous system, and HF is your high frequency, which is opposite is parasympathetic. So you can see if that changes. You don't get to see that with Oura Ring. You need a heart rate strap to get real-time HRV, what's going on. Other things you'll see, as I mentioned with my Oura score, my resting heart rate, that's normally 40, 41, 42 at my best time of the month, is higher than normal. So that was a red flag that my hormones are changing. And then if you were using NutriSense or CGM, your glucose is lower the first half of your cycle, and after ovulation to luteal to late luteal, glucose is higher. So if you're a female premenopausal, perimenopausal athlete, we want to map out your cycle. And I do this on Training Peaks with my clients, and eventually going to coach with TriDot and take this information, how to apply it to your training schedule. Again, 75% off that week. So if you look back on my chart I made for my clients, that this is a week to do recovery, 75% of normal training load, avoid skill precision training, focus on reducing stress, more yin yoga, more mobility work, and doing some strength work, but it wasn't intense. It wasn't anaerobic to me, but you can do some sprints. But for me, I'm listening to my body. I didn't really have a choice to not work hard in spin class. I had nothing to give. Part of that is it because my late luteal phase, part of it, I didn't eat enough. I didn't get enough calories in after 3, and I didn't eat enough probably Monday because I wasn't exercising. So it all accumulates. I'm also doing a liver detox by Quicksilver that I took more activated charcoal before bed. So I don't know, multiple things. You never know exactly why you feel kind of crappy and why your workouts have to be forced to be low and just short and low intensity, because I don't have any power in my body right now. So something to think about. Also, you can go to my website and look at, what goes on with your hormones. We have this chart I have in my free ebook, matching the female hormones with fasting, exercise, and nutrition. So you can look at we look at metabolic chaos. If your hormones, cortisol DHA ratio is off, and we can test that with saliva and urine test, but we have all sorts of different areas that get out of the balance. So you kind of end up having this domino effect. And so you can check out the charts in the metabolic chaos chart. We look at as an FDN practitioner, and then we identify what's going on under the hood by running lab tests as the GI map or the Genova diagnostic stool test. I like to get a full blood chemistry panel, which doctors are only doing half as what we need, and then interpret it completely different than the doctors. So we look at more functional ranges, and then look at what we can do with food sensitivity test or the Wheat Zoomer Vibrant Wellness I like. So that's kind of what I've been doing, but I just wanted to share this information you can get on my ebooks that are on wpotts.net. So just head to there. You can learn all sorts of things if you're a man or a woman. Doesn't matter so much here, but just about the hormones you might look through, kind of look at information Dr. Anna Quebec is talking about, Dr. Mindy Pels, and then correlate that with people that are athletes. We're working out once or twice, 3 times a day. Your heart rate might be doing a zone 2 maffetone workout, or if you're doing a high intensity speed workout, it really, want to map out your cycle, map out your monthly training schedule for men and women. So looking at getting your protein in, really making sure you're not fasting too much and matching those fasting days when you are doing a longer fast, as I did Sunday to Monday, with your rest day, and not causing more stress in your body. So if you're fasting a pure fast with water, just maybe be on a deserted island, just be lounging around doing nothing that week, just moving around, mobility. But if you are trying to do a longer fast, just be careful you're not causing more stress in your body. So I think we need to look at what's going on in your life. Are you good, healthy, balanced your stress level? You're managing your stress level with breathing exercises, sauna, hot cold therapy, adaptogens. Maybe we do a bone broth fast by having some calories in there, but you're not spiking your blood sugar up, and you're letting your body heal by feeding it more cell autophagy foods that we talked about in a previous show. So check out my blogs. I'm trying to put all this information together. Then I'm just trying to take that info, like Dr. Minnie had a video on OMAD, and I did OMAD all the time unintentionally because I was working all day with clients and working out, and I wouldn't want to eat till I got home. And then, as I said, if I eat at 2 or 3, I'm not eating the rest of the day often because I'm full. But is that good for me if I'm exercising 2-3 times a day? Then we talk about that low energy availability. My body is sensing more stress. I'm sensitive to stress, obviously, more than others. So I have low thyroid, low hormones. I have, slow oxidizer. If we look at my HTMA test I did recently, I need to up everything up and get more energy by feeding my body with the nutrients it needs through some supplements. I'm doing some lifestyle practices, got my new sauna, so I'll start adding that into routine. So let me know your thoughts on your fasting and matching your hormones with your training and your fueling for females. But then if you're not a cycling female, a male, and a menopausal woman, you too need to still pay attention to those signals, because you don't have these automatic forced deload weeks as I do right now, that you might find yourself 2 or 3 months and you haven't had a day off, or you haven't taken a 75% off week. So if you don't have hormones to cue you on that, like men, give blood once a month because you don't have a cycle as women do, and then look at your training schedule. That's build 1, 2, 3. Week 4 is your light week. And I often find that when I'm training clients and myself, that ends up being a vacation or a work trip or something. So we want to kind of put that all together. So hopefully you can work with a coach, or let me know if you need help with your programs and personalizing it. But main point today, don't avoid those red flags and make those adjustments if you can on your training program, as well as your eating. If you're hungry, eat. Like I got hungry earlier today. Usually I can wait till 9 or 11 and I ate something at 7:30. I had Laird's Superfood new bar in there that has some adaptogens in it. So I listened to my body. It wasn't so stuck on not eating until a certain time of day. So getting my collagen, getting some MCT oil. I brought some HVMN ketones with me, and then getting the protein in is always my challenge. Like, how can I get more protein in when you're not at home? And Paleo Valley fermented sticks and having steak ideally, but planning ahead. So some thoughts for you to think about today. All right, let me know your thoughts and questions and experiences. Talk soon.